By the time you finish watching this video, you would have learned how to make sausages like a pro. I faves, let's make these sausages together. Super delicious and super flaky. The first thing you're going to need is some flour, followed by some butter. Yes, you're going to use butter for this, okay? You're also going to need some salt. You need that salt. You're also going to need more flour to coat your surface when you're kneading. You're going to need some sausages, and you would use some baking powder, which is totally optional. Now I'm going to add my flour to a bowl. I'm going to add some salt to this. I'm also going to add some butter to this, and I would give that a thorough mix together with my hands. I will mix this until it forms a crumbly texture, just like when you want to make meat pies. The way your flour should form a crumbly texture. So I'll continue to mix. Once I get the texture that I like, I'll add some water to this and mix it to combine. You don't want to add too much water. It might seem as though it is hard. Don't worry, just keep mixing it together because you don't want to have a watery dough. So just keep ensuring that you mix all of this until it forms a dough. Don't worry that it is crumbling. You're just going to leave it for a while and it will come together. So you just continue to mix that. Yeah, once it looks like this, set it aside and clean your surface very well. You can leave that dough to rest for like 30 minutes to 1 hour. Flour your surface and add your dough to it, and flour your rolling pin as well, and roll that out. Roll it out until you get your desired thickness. Typically, I like to have a thick sausage, but you can roll it out as thin as you prefer. So yeah, I'm just going to continue to roll out my sausages now. So once I do this, I'll cut out the excesses at the edges. Those I want to form a square or a rectangle. Yeah, so I'll just cut out those parts that are not making it become rectangular. You get it? Once that is done, I would put my sausage in a piping bag and I would transfer this to my dough in a straight line, like so. Straight line. Once I'm done, I'll set that aside, and now it's time for us to roll. So what you want to do first is to ensure that your sausage is secure in your roll. You don't want a loose sausage, so you have to first of all secure that sausage in the roll. Secure it with your hands and ensure that it is well sealed into that roll. If it gets stuck to the surface, it means that you did not powder your surface properly, which is what happened to me here. I'm just going to roll that in to cover that part, and once I'm done, I would cut it out. I'll cut out because I don't want to roll the whole thing. This should make like 2 rows of sausages here, so I'm just going to use water to seal the edge of the part I cut out so that the sausages do not loosen. Then I'll roll it out like so. I've sealed the edge like that with some water. I'll do the same thing for the remaining dough. I'll go in straight line. Honestly, if you follow this recipe, you would be a pro at making sausages. I'm not even joking right now. So once I get to this part, I would do the same thing I did for that. Ensure that my sausages are secure, because you want it to be secure in that space. Yeah, ensure that my sausages are secure. Yeah, now that I have this, I would also seal it with some water, and I'll take it and I'll join it with the other one that I have made. Now it's time for me to cut this. I'm going to cut off the edges because that's going to give me some problems. It's not as if I'm going to throw them away. I'm just going to set them aside and use them and probably bake them or something. Now it's time for me to cut my sausages. I'm going to cut them in equal parts. I hope I get that. Okay, so I'm just going to try to cut them in equal part like so, and yep, this is 6. I still have more dough. I'll roll that off camera, and in total this is what we have. I'm going to use mayonnaise to glaze them instead of the regular egg wash, because I learned this hack on Instagram and I am willing to try it. You can totally use an egg to egg wash it, but I'll be doing it differently this time. I'll be using mayonnaise to glaze this, and the result was not so bad. It didn't have that egg shine, but of course it gave it this butty vibe. So once I'm done, this is what it looks like. I'm going to transfer this to my preheated oven for about 15 minutes. Yep, I'm just going to bake this, and once it is ready, I'll take it out, and this is what we have. It's looking so good, so good. Look at that. This is the end result. Yay! Now let's take a bite. This is looking very fresh and very nice. You should definitely try this recipe. Share it with your friends and family. Everyone is going to love it. Look at that. Flaky. Perfect. Perfection. I'll see you in my next one, faves. Bye.